Makala Aayana. I am a multidisciplinary artist. I am based in Durham, North Carolina, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Honestly, I would say all of my life, which is pretty much 20 something years. But more seriously, probably since high school. So I did an AP art portfolio in high school, which was in 2015, 2016. And since then, it's been kind of waning on and off, just like the level of commitment I've been able to give it, with transitioning through college and life after college. But I recently kind of kicked it off last summer, to just kind of pour back into my creativity in terms of art. So I've been a little bit more serious than ever, for about a little bit over a year now. Yeah, I feel like it is the way that I connect with the world around me most easily. I love being able to transform the things that I'm feeling onto a canvas or whatever medium I'm working with. I feel like it is sometimes a little bit hard for me to express how I'm feeling in words, but it is very easy to pick up a paintbrush or pick up a piece of paper and just kind of let my thoughts and feelings onto something else, that is a little bit more tangible. So I feel like that is really what makes me so connected to it. And it is really like my safe space. I run to it whenever there's any issues going on, or if I just don't need to think about anything. Art is my go-to. So I'm just really grateful to have that as an outlet. And it's really the way that I connect with the world and the people around me. Yeah, so my art, more so recently, has been based around three different things. So that's community, conversation, and identity. So I am inspired by my own personal experiences, the things that I've gone through, because it is my story. But at the same time, there are a lot of things that can be connected to other people, and people can see themselves in my personal art as well. So that kind of brings in the idea of community, and then, being able to have conversations about the art that people are seeing, about the art that I'm putting out there, and really what it speaks to, I think has just, I don't know, it's just transformed the way that I'm just kind of gone about my creativity in a way. But I definitely feel like those three things have just been super common themes, through each piece that I create, and the way that, I'm really able to tell a story and express myself. So, yes, it's interesting. I feel like it can be a little nerve-wracking sometimes, just because your art is there on full on public display for people to view and have discussions about. And I think sometimes that can get a little nerve-wracking. But at the same time, art is meant to be viewed. Art is meant to be subjective. People are supposed to either hate it or love it, or not be sure what they feel about it, but have some sort of reaction. And I feel like a lot of times that is, not really thought of, but it does come about, obviously, when you're exhibiting and you're putting your work out there. So I feel like I have definitely gotten into a more sweet spot where I'm a lot more confident about my work. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But at the end of the day, I'm putting myself out there. And I feel like it is also a really great way to connect with other artists as well. For example, for this exhibition, to see how multiple artists from completely different backgrounds, can have some sort of connection between the work that they're presenting. I think that is just such a beautiful sight to see. So I'm really grateful to be a part of the exhibition in a general, and also just be an exhibitor in this program as well. Yes. So more often than not, it is acrylic painting on canvas. But I like to dabble. I do a lot of different creative projects. So I will end up doing things that are just completely not what I imagined. So sometimes I'll do digital artwork. collage artwork, like actual like creative projects where I'm sewing things together, or creating things from scratch. So I try not to box myself in, but when I am exhibiting, typically it has been acrylic paint on canvas. Yes, I think this is definitely something I've had to learn to grow with. I think at first, just kind of hearing some modes of rejection, when I first started kind of putting myself out there, it was a little disheartening, as you know, as things are when you are disappointed. But I have kind of transformed my thinking into a way where it's like, if I don't get a certain opportunity as an artist, it's okay, because that opportunity just was not meant for me, essentially. But the thing that is meant for me is going to come. And I think that is just has just shown itself to be true, across the board in really all aspects of my life, but especially with being an artist. Things have just been naturally flowing. And I feel like with, just kind of realizing you're not always going to hear a yes. So being comfortable when that does happen and understanding how to pivot, has definitely been really helpful in taking rejection, accepting it, and just keep creating regardless. So yes. So the warmth of conversation is, I don't know, I think it speaks to a lot of different things. But more namely is really being able to feel connected to other people. I think within this exhibition, all of the artists have different ways of expressing themselves and different conversations that they're even bringing about in their pieces of work. But even though all of those conversations are different, we are able to kind of have a common ground of understanding how important it is to inspire conversation and to engage with one another, in our own, discussions, and the way that our art kind of, allows people to also have those conversations as well. And being that this exhibition is in a, co-working space, conversations are always flowing, they're always happening, and that is the only way for you to be able to connect with people, or not the only way, but a notable way to connect with people is by having conversations and really getting to know people, the reasons why they do the things they do, their stories. And I feel like it's just the way that I have come to connect with people as well. I'm a huge people person, and I love talking to people, I love getting to know others. And I definitely take that in my work as well, with not only, showcasing my own story, but the conversations I've been able to have with other people. What have I learned from them? What is it about them that makes them them? And I think highlighting those things has just been like huge for me. So yeah, I think there are, those really deep sentimental conversations that just stick with you. And I think every single artist in this exhibition has, that theme, of whatever the conversation is. These are things that will stick with you, essentially. So I think that is what the warmth of conversation means to me. I feel like the only other thing is just being grateful for the opportunity, really and truly. I was actually at CVA, in January of this year, and I was doing like a yard sale, market space there. And I just so happened to meet Peggy when she was walking through with Essence, and that's really how I got to even be a part of this cohort. So I'm really grateful for that conversation that we had, and really being able to, showcase my art in a way, that I just didn't even think of, like putting it in a co-space or a co-working space. So I'm super grateful, to Peggy. I'm super grateful for the entire cohort and the relationships that we've been able to build with one another. And I'm excited to kind of see where this goes next. So